going on, everybody? My name is Brian, and for those who are wondering what this channel is all about, well, let me tell you. So, I used to work at a certain video rental store for about 10 years, and I've got some stories from my time at the block, if you will, when I worked there, and some stories that I want to share with you. And that's what this channel is all about. I did promise a video today, so here it is. So I was a manager for Blockbuster for about 10 years. I started off as a CSR, a customer service representative, which is basically the entry-level position at this store. And it didn't take me very long to get to being a manager. And this tale I'm going to tell you involves my time when I had a store manager. I wasn't the store manager, I was just like mid-level management, if you will. And this store manager was one that got very easily startled by things. And there was a fellow coworker of mine, and his name was Kyle. And him and I used to really have a lot of fun pulling pranks on each other, as well as our fellow coworkers. Well, this involves the store manager, and we had this big Master Chief statue, this big, huge Master Chief statue that we got, I believe it was when Halo 3 first came out. And you may have seen this statue. If you go online, you can search it up. This thing is, I mean, pretty impressive. It's pretty massive. It's pretty. I think it's to scale version of Master Chief. And I remember my buddy Kyle was like, I have this great idea for a way that we can prank our store manager, Carrie. His name is Carrie. And so what we decided to do was we decided to take... I was closing the store, and I was always, for the most part, the closing manager there. And we took this Master Chief statue. I'm telling you, this thing probably was about 7 feet tall, probably 6 foot tall, if you will. And, I mean, if you've seen Master Chief, if you've played Halo, you know that he's a big guy, and the armor is massive, and he was standing on a rock. And if you search it up online, I'm sure you'll be able to see this statue of him standing on a rock, wielding the battle rifle. I believe it was a battle rifle, or it was just a regular whatever. But anyway, so we took this statue. Kyle's idea was, hey, let's take this statue, because in our store, all right, the very back across from checkout was this door that was employees only. So you had the new release wall. Just imagine, if you will, the new release wall, and then there was a door, like right in the middle, okay? Right across from the entrance and exit in the checkout area, okay? And so we decided, or he decided, that we take this Master Chief statue and put it right behind the employees only door, because Carrie had to open the store the next day. And so we took this statue, and we carefully placed it so that the door would open, because sometimes you have those doors that open and they open out. You have to pull them out, and sometimes you have those doors where you turn the knob and you push them to open, right? So this was a door that you had to push open. So we had to make sure that this door wasn't going to hit Master Chief, and it wasn't going to block the door from being opened all the way, because we wanted to make sure that Carrie was fully aware of him seeing this statue. Which, by the way, when we turned all the lights off in the store, it was dark. for the most part. They had some security lights, you might remember, if you ever drove past this particular store, and at the block. And there were security lights on, but in the employees-only area, there were no lights on. There was no lights. There were no lights in the employees-only door. And I remember I don't think I really opened the store very much. Maybe on a couple times I opened the store. And I remember how dark it would be going back there. And the circuit breaker is there's the employees only door, and then behind that there's this little hallway right behind that door, and then there's another door for the emergency exit. So if you just go straight through, you'll go through that door that you'll see going into the block, and then if you go through that door, there's an emergency exit door. So we placed the Chief carefully in that little section, and we tested it a couple times to make sure the door would open all the way, and we left. We left him there all night, and so I will tell you that at this particular store, the very first store I worked at when I worked at the block, I lived right across the street from there. I mean, I could look out my window, and there it was, in its beautiful blue and golden lights that I seen every time I looked out my window at night. And it was there. So, of course, if they ever need somebody to come in, or another manager called in sick, they called me. They always called me. Well, so it was about 8:30 the next morning, and my phone rings, and it's the block, and I'm just like rolling over. I'm looking. I'm like, I don't answer it. Then it rings again. He called me like 4 times. I finally answered the phone. I was like, yeah, and he's like, it's Carrie, and he is just like, what the hell? What are you doing? Why did you do that? Why would you put? That scared the living crap out of me. and I'm like, what am I? And I'm like, what are you talking? He goes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh, I forgot that I put the Chief behind the door. So, of course, I go over, and I had to work that day. And of course, I was responsible. I was the one responsible. I had to put Master Chief back onto the floor with help from my buddy Kyle. And we took this statue and put it back, but I wasn't done yet, because I had to see. I remember my buddy Kyle saying the night before, man, I wish we were there to see the look on his face when he opened the door. Well, thankfully, there was a camera that just so happened to be perfectly placed and situated right at that particular section of the wall where the employees only door is at. So I go, and I'm like, wait, I know a way. I can go check the security tapes from last night. So sure enough, I go and check the tape, and there it is. Carrie just freaks out. He's like, oh, he's just like, it scares the living bejesus out of him. And he looked like he was going to have a heart attack, which, by the way, I failed to mention he had heart problems. Yeah. So that was fun. That was, I mean, literally, he jumped back and he like ran back, and I forgot we had angled Master Chief to where the gun was pointing out the door. So he probably thought someone broke in and like was trying to rob the place. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed that little story. That's just one little story. And I hope you guys come back for some more stories here on this channel. And you know what to do if you liked this. I'm not gonna be that guy who tells you what buttons to hit or what to do. You know what to do. I'm not gonna ask you for that stuff. That's up to you. But I will say this: if you have any tales from your times at any brick and mortar video places, leave them in the comment section below. I do read those. Share your stories. What are some moments that you remember from visiting? All the many. There was a lot of different rental chains back in the day. Various ones. I know growing up in Indiana, in Indianapolis, there was just a ton of different, even like mom and pop places to go rent videos. So if you have a story about something or something that you miss about going to a video rental store, leave it in the comments section below. I do read those. I do get notified about those. But other than that, I'll be back next week for another video story. And the one that I'm going to... this one's going to be a good one. This was a very good one. But this was a good one too. But anyway, I thank you guys for checking out my channel, this channel. And until next time, I'll see you guys.